What is happening, fellow collectors, fellow subscribers, fellow hunters? Mike the Hunter here with a plan for a custom Dr. Doom. So, I have seen the new infamous Iron Man Doom, and it is nowhere near what I wanted. Everyone wanted a classic Dr. Doom that they didn't get. They got an infamous Iron Man instead. So that ticked me off, and you know, I've been waiting years and years and years, and I can't wait anymore. I want a classic Doom, so if that means I have to go through customizing my own to my own image, then I'm gonna do it. So I went ahead and took my Taskmaster. I took the mask off of this Toy Biz Dr. Doom. And I super glued it onto this Marvel Legends character head. I forgot the name of the character, but he came with this character. It's the head that came up with this figure. So I went ahead and I had to melt off the face of that head sculpt a little bit in order to fit that mask on nice and snug. Otherwise, the mask would have been sticking out way too far. So I melted off the face a little bit with a lighter, and then I went ahead and hot glued the mask onto this head sculpt that would fit on a Marvel Legend body. So there you have that. It fits nice and snug. So now is the part that comes. Now comes the part of painting. I'm gonna have to go ahead and repaint this entire body. I'm going to be using that hood that came on Cloak, the Cloak Marvel Legends figure. I had to cut off the plastic that is pretty much engraved inside of the head of Cloak. Here's the head of Cloak. As you can see what I'm talking about, the plastic was literally engraved inside of his head, so I had to go ahead and cut it with a razor as smooth as I can without cutting a hole in the hood, which I almost did, but it ended up coming out smooth enough, and it fits perfectly on Doom's head, just like that. I could tweak it a little bit. I could try to tuck the hood underneath the chin a little bit, but I'm gonna have to repaint that hood. And I'm gonna go with the cloth cape for this Dr. Doom. I could go with this cape, but I'm just not digging it. It's too, closed in. It's too stiff, and a cloth cape always looks better. So I'm gonna go to the craft store, look out for a certain type of green close to that. Figure something out that I'm gonna do with the belt. I'm gonna have to either sew or glue the fabric together to fit nice and snug over this Doom body. I'm gonna have to do this skirt, and then I'm gonna paint that hood the same type of green as the cloth that I find. If I find a good green cloth or fabric. So I'll be back, guys. I'm gonna go to the craft store and I will be back with my materials. Okay, guys, I am back from the craft store with some Jack in the Box. Just straight up devoured a chicken bacon ranch club, and it was delicious. So I took a trip to Michael's first, got me some gold acrylic paint. Turns out I didn't really need to buy that though, because I went to Joann's Fabrics afterwards and found these little sequins, I guess that's what you call them. I plan on super gluing this or hot gluing this to the cape once I'm done. Also picked up a chain here from Joann's. It was about $5 for the dark chain. I like it because it's not too shiny gold. It's got like a dark tint to it, which I like. So I plan on connecting the cape with these guys in the chain. Also using these jump rings to kind of loop the chain through the cape with. Sounds kind of weird, confusing, but I'm sure some of you know what I'm talking about. So there's the little accessories for the cape, and the cape material itself. Went to Joann's and got a stretchy fabric. It's got to be stretchy. That is if I want to have a snug fit around the body of Doom. It's got to be stretchy. A sheet like this, which is plenty to work with. Oh my gosh, it was like 12 bucks, 12, 13 bucks. I got this whole sheet for the stretchy fabric at Joann's Fabrics. Also got some nickel metallic paint to cover up the blue on the Doom template figure. And along with, last but not least, I do not want to sew. I'm too lazy to sew. I don't have time to sew. I am impatient. So I got fabric adhesive. This right here was about 5 bucks for this adhesive. Okay, so right off the bat, I'm just winging it. So if this doesn't work, then hey, you know not to take my advice. Basically right now I am tracing the, basically measuring how far down I want the torso outfit to go. I'm doing this on 2 separate sheets of fabric so I can cut them out at the same time. So basically I'm thinking I'm gonna go right down to the knees here. Gonna make my mark at the knees. Then I'm gonna go ahead and trace around the figure. Because I want this to be snug. I want it to be tight. You know, I don't want it to look all baggy. So I'm gonna have to do this with 2 hands, so I'll be right back. Okay, it's all crooked and whatnot, but I went ahead and traced around the figure. So now I'm gonna try to cut both of the layers at once so they come together, and I'll lay them out. Okay, so I cut it out. I have both of my layers. Now I'm gonna try to cut sort of like a little groove in here for the neck. You know how usually like t-shirts have the sleeves. I don't think I'm gonna cut out the sleeves. I'm just gonna leave them like that. Cut out the groove, and then from there I'll just start gluing the fabrics together, and I'll stop at a certain point because of course I'm not going to shut the where the sleeves are going to be. I don't want to seal that off because the arm's got to poke out along with the neck popping out. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that out, and then I'll start gluing. Okay, so I just glued the outer edges. I'm going to go ahead and put 2 dabs right here. I accidentally put some on the sleeve area like a dummy, so I try to wipe it off. And then I'm going to leave a space here, of course, for the head to come out. Yeah, it's pretty messy. I just got some spots here. No, well, it looks kind of bad from the side, but it's pretty sealed off. I kind of got to just close this top area under his armpit a little bit. I'm second guessing on whether I should close the bottom half or not, because I feel like if I close it, it's going to restrict him from moving his legs a lot. So I don't want to do that. And plus, most of this is going to be covered by a cape anyways. So I think it's coming out pretty decent. It fits him pretty snug. Oh God. I kind of sealed off, kind of trying to seal off the back here. Because these corners were popping up from being sealed together. And like I said, this adhesive, give it time and it starts getting stickier and stickier. And it works pretty well. So like I said, this is all going to be covered by a cape. So it's looking pretty good. It's looking like Doom to me. I still have to figure out what I'm going to do as far as having a belt seal off the center of Doom here. So I'll figure that out in time. Right now I'm going to go ahead and work on painting the hood that's going to go on top of his head. This paint, I'm hoping it matches with the green fabric that I picked out. So let's do that. All right, so now I'm doing the cape. So I basically measured the figure, laid him out, and traced how wide I'm gonna want the cape around him. So I'm gonna go, and I also traced out the straps they're gonna overlap. And I also traced the straps that are gonna overlap his shoulders. And then I'm gonna go with this line, the outer line, for the width of the cape. So I'm gonna cut that out. Okay, let's go ahead and try this one on. Okay. Now I think I might have gone a little I think I've gone a little too square there. Yeah, we're gonna have to come down a little bit with that. See, I think I'm just cutting it wrong. That's what I'm doing. I'm cutting it the wrong way. I'm cutting it to the point where I keep making it to where it's not gonna cover the shoulders. So I need to make a different outline because that ain't working. This is like a Batman cape. That does not work. It's too square. All right, so I have to make another one. Son of a gun. Okay, guys, so I went ahead and threw the cape on. Let me take this top off real quick. So I went ahead and stuck that cape on. I glued a couple of the edges together, as you can see. I kind of just folded it, and the more I folded it, the better it just came out to be with the adhesive. So I really messed around with it. And this cape is removable because what I did was basically had the cape cut out, then I folded it. I cut a hole big enough just for the head to pop out, as you can see, and the rest I just glued, you know, folded and glued, gave it more texture, and it just overlaps perfectly. Poke it over the head, real nice, fits on it perfectly. I'm thinking I should bring these corners in maybe a little bit too, kind of glue these edges in, pinch them together. Glue that in a little bit more like that, like so. I think that's gonna look a little better if I do that. Now next, I'm gonna go ahead and take this little tiny bit of a chain that I made. Can't really see it. Let me get the focus on it. Okay, so here we go. I went ahead and cut a piece of chain and got the loop around it. I'm gonna get the other loop around the other side, poke it through the cape edges so they will be laying across the cape like so. Okay, so I went ahead and did that, poked them through. Had to be very steady for it. So let's go ahead and see how that looks. There we go. I don't know about you, it looks like doom to me. I'm not sure if I should just leave it like that with the loops on the end, or if I should do what I planned in the beginning and put two of these over those loops, kind of glue them together. Okay, actually I changed my mind. I don't have to glue them on. I'm just gonna try to loop them in through that little hole. They have holes in them already, so if I can loop that ring through that golden piece, I think we'll be solid. Okay, so now you have an idea of what that looks like. Only problem with that is the rings will slide forward like that, which I don't want that. So that means I'm probably, freaking glue all over my fingers. I'm probably gonna have to glue them onto the fabric anyways, just so they can stay on, because that looks goofy, you know? Okay, so I went ahead and used super glue on those. So I'm gonna let those dry up. Hopefully they stay on. If not, I'm gonna have to add more super glue. I'm gonna go ahead and start painting this. Then, after this step, after painting this and it matches the color of the fabric, I'll put that on, make sure it looks right, and if it does, I'll be done with all the hard stuff. I'll take off the cape and I will start painting the blue parts of the body. Start painting those silver. And I'm also thinking about coloring those eyes, because those eyes look funky to me. They look weird. They look like cat eyes for some reason. So I'm thinking of just shading that whole the eye sockets. I'm thinking of shading them in just black, you know, make it look more intimidating. But we'll see about that. Got my green paint. Let's hope. it matches the color. So say goodbye to the beautiful cloak color. This always reminds me of fruit roll-ups. The blue raspberry flavor. Okay, here we go. Ooh. Ooh, that looks nice. That looks real nice. See, the only thing that's a bummer is that those stripes, they're kind of molded on there. So those aren't going to go away anytime soon. So I guess I'm just going to have to pretend that they're kind of like layers of the hood. I think it's going to look fine. Looks like I'm just about done with the first coat of green here. I'm going to let it dry up and then add more green. I want to try to get rid of those dark stripes as much as I can. I'm going to have to be very careful that I don't get the mask. Yep, I already think that looks better. Just wait till you guys see. Let me finish this last eye. So there you have Dr. Doom with blacked out eyes. Looks a lot better. And you know, in the future I could always add a little detail in there to make it look like he's got eyeballs. But that's good enough for now. Okay guys, so I'm painting a couple hands here. Found some extra Iron Man hands that I had. Trying to paint them chromish. With a little bit of black wash. Same with those. And I finished painting the Doom all silver. All chromed out, all silver. That belt right there, I had just cut it off of my Captain Britain. Stuck it on him with a little adhesive strip on the back. It looks a little ghetto, but you won't see that with the cape. And I can always paint that black. So I stripped that belt, put it on him. Looks a lot better. Looks more doomy. Painted the arms. These pieces right here on the wrists, I believe those were to my Scarlet Spider-Man. I'm not sure. But I have them sitting in my little drawer of extra pieces, and they're silver cuffs. So I was like, oh, I might as well just throw them on them. Give a little more detail, painted them. So you just have to wait for this to finish drying, the hood. And I'm gonna go ahead and start putting everything together. And I'm thinking I'm also gonna add some black wash all over the silver body. Not sure yet. So now it's just a waiting game of drying. Also painting a couple more hands. That way he can put his Doom gun in his hand. Okay guys, so that is the final finished product. As of right now, I think it looks okay with just the silver. I don't think I'm really gonna do a black wash right now. I love how it just shines. I don't really want to dirty it right now, so I think I'm gonna keep it that way. I am happy with the way this came out. I really am. You know, just as long as I've been wanting a Doom figure of my own, you know, finally making my own, I feel good about it, and wow. I'm happy it actually came out decent. So right now I'm going over some hands, Iron Man hands that is. I'm going over them with black acrylic paint, so basically starting a black wash to get in the detail, and then I'm finishing off with the chrome paint. So they usually come out looking like that. Just silver hands, Doom looking hands. I just painted the Taskmaster hand that came with the Taskmaster body. So it blends in pretty decently, I guess. That one I went a little bit darker. This one I think came out really good. This is an Iron Man hand. So I went ahead and got my black pen and just started filling in the holes that you see there with just a little tiny bit of black detail. As you can see, I did it on the knees here. So yeah, man, I'm gonna be posting a picture of this guy on Instagram, and I would like you guys, my fellow subscribers, to go check it out and leave a comment and tell me what you guys think of this project. Let me know if you guys are thinking of starting your own Doctor Doom. I appreciate everyone supporting me on this. I appreciate your guys' ideas. And just thank you for everything. This one's for you guys, man. This one's for all you Doctor Doom fans. Doctor Doom is easily my favoriteest villain of all time. And just this shows you how bad I've been wanting a actual good figure of Doom. And right now this is good enough. So I'm gonna have fun playing with this guy and taking some pictures of him. So yeah. I will be uploading maybe a little short music video with this figure, sort of displaying it. And yeah, hope you guys like it. Don't forget to check it out. I'm gonna finish up my hands here, and I'm gonna call it a night because I am tired. It is already almost 1 o'clock in the morning. It's 12:39, 12:40. So I think it's time to get some rest, call it a night, and I'll play with this guy tomorrow. With that being said, got some curly fries right there. With that being said, enjoy your figs, enjoy your families, and as always, good hunting. Peace! The king is now where he belongs. King of Latveria. Doctor Doom! Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.